This video is brought to you by Gladiator Concealment and S4 Tactical Gear. Links are in the description box below. What's up, guys? It's Michael and Kyle with AKM Tactical. We appreciate y'all watching. Today we are going to do a versus video. We are looking at the Surefire XC1 versus the Enforce APLC versus the new Streamlight TLR7.
Yeah, guys, we were lucky enough to have all three of these on the channel. This one made possible by our good buddy Ben.
Yeah.
Holla at you, Ben.
Yeah.
This one, the Enforce, I picked up at Christmas. My family got it for me. They were like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know." Well, figure out something that cost about $100, and so that's what it was. And Michael picked up the TLR7.
Yeah, the TLR7. This is not an official review of the TLR7 because I have not put very few rounds through that gun with the TLR7 on it. I don't even have a holster for it yet because honestly there's not even any companies making any right now. It's so new. I got a really sweet deal on it from Bowtac. Was it Bowtac? And I couldn't pass it up, so I bought it.
Bowtac puts up some great deals. Sometimes we'll share it. And usually if you follow Mr. Guns and Gear, he'll post stuff.
I know there's been some sketchiness about their shipping and stuff at times, but yeah, I didn't have any trouble with it. But
anyways, guys, this is going to be a bones dry comparison. This is not a full review. We're just going to go over the specs, and then at the end, are you going to be able to roll in a graphic? Let me ask you that before we were started. Like if I send you a chart, could you roll it in while we talk about it? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to try to do all that for y'all. But anyways, let's start off talking about the Streamlight, okay? Streamlight is 500 lumen light. Am I in frame with it?
Yeah.
It runs off a 1CR123A. It weighs 2.4 ounces. And what was your retail? How much did you get this for?
I paid $110, $115 for it. But so I think right now you can buy it on, like Amazon has it for like $125, something like that. It's on 130.
So 500 lumens, that's going to be the most lumens out of any of these lights. Yeah. That may be important to y'all. The Enforce is going to be 200 lumens. It's going to run off of one CR2 battery, not to be confused with CR123.
Different battery.
It weighs 1.87 ounces, and it's going to be around that $100, $110 mark.
Yep. If
you find it, we're talking about using coupon codes and finding a good deal on it.
It's about $115, like Amazon has it, I think, about $115. So
this is a Surefire XC1. For review purposes, I thought we would compare the most updated version. So this is not actually. This is the A model. So for the intents and purposes of this video, we're going to say Surefire XC1B. Okay, is the one I'm going to talk about.
Updated version.
Which is the update. Is going to be 300 lumens. It's going to run off of one AAA battery.
Yes, and I will say if you don't use lithium AAA batteries,
you're not going to get all of it.
You're not going to get everything. So lithium AAA battery.
It weighs 1.6 ounces.
Yeah. And
it's going to run you about $270.
Yeah, I've seen them as low as $235, but yeah, you're going to pay over $200 for it.
Easy. Now, is that for the XC1A or B? When I looked last night, it was $270. Like I have to explain it.
This is when I saw it for $235. It was the A. When it was, this has been a while back.
Okay. So, anyways, guys, and just for the purpose of this video, I like to. A lot of times, like if I'm going to buy something, which we've bought all three of them, but if I'm kind of in between on something, I like write out the pros and cons, and I will literally write it down and do a comparison.
Yep.
So basically, that's what I've done for y'all in chart form, and we'll go ahead and roll in that graphic. And basically, the way I did this is I gave it a possible 4 stars, 4 stars being the best, 1 star being the least, okay? So going head-to-head on lumen output. Streamlight's going to get 4 because it by far has the most lumen output for a small light.
Yeah, compact weapon lights, there's nothing on the market right now that's beating Streamlight, the TLR7. 500 lumens is crazy out of a one-cell handgun light.
The Enforce is just going to get 2 because it's only got 200 lumens. That is the least amount of lumens out of the 3. Does that hurt your feelings on a compact weapon mounted light? For me, not really, because it's a compact weapon mounted light. It is what it is.
Well, and you really have to get down into it if you really want to look at it. You got to look at the whole meat and potatoes of it. You got to look at hotspot, beam pattern, throw, spill, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot more light coming out of this one than this one.
Out of the Enforce and the XC.
Yeah, because this is all spill and this has an actual hotspot, and it makes a difference in the way it looks.
In the Surefire, I gave 3 stars because it does put out a little bit more lumens. Weight. Weight's important when you're talking about it, running on your carry gun. The Streamlight, I gave 3 stars because, it's still pretty light. It's under 2.5 ounces, but it's still, it is still the most heavy out of the 3.
Yeah.
The Enforce and the Surefire, I both gave 4 stars because it is stupid how light they are.
Yep.
The Enforce weighing 1.87 and the Surefire weighing 1.6.
And the crazy thing about the Surefire being so lightweight is it's all aluminum.
Yeah.
There's the only thing on it that's not aluminum is the controls, and it might be aluminum wrapped in a rubber texture, but it's an all aluminum light.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The next thing that I put on here is ease of use. To me, that was kind of the deal breaker between the 3.
Yeah.
The Streamlight, I gave a 2.
It takes some getting used to. What little bit I've handled it, it's different. It controls a lot like the APLC in that it's a push button and you hold the button down and it's momentary. If you just press it, just tap it, it's a constant. But the paddle is way far forward. So if you have little
super thin,
stubby thumbs, you might have a little trouble controlling the light.
And it's super thin too.
It is super thin.
That's the main thing I didn't like about it was it's fine motor versus gross motor skills.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can be.
Not to quote old Asian dude.
Yeah.
But it can be kind of, and which I'm sure if you practice with it and got used to it, it would be fine. But like right out of the box, I wasn't crazy about that.
What I have found is I build my normal grip and then I just bring my thumb down. And for me, it's not a fine motor skill. I'm not hunting for it. It's right there. But I don't have huge hands. I have normal size hands, but for me, it's not been a problem. For somebody with little tiny hands, it might be an issue.
And I don't really have an issue hitting it with my support hand thumb.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. Which people will say you have no business actuating it with your trigger finger or any.
If you're running it one-handed, how else are you going to turn it on?
Yeah, and I have to adjust my grip.
And see, I don't. It's very, the one-handed function on it is just like very easy for me. Very easy for me. I will say that the Enforce APLC, the first time I picked it up, it's very intuitive. It's very easy to use. There's nothing crazy going on with it. It's very simple.
And that's why I gave the Enforce 4 stars on that. The paddles are stupid easy to use.
Yep. They're in a good place.
They're also have some grip texture to them.
They're textured,
which makes that easy. If I want to run it one-handed, that is no problem at all.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I gave that one 4. And the Surefire, I gave 2 as well. Because Michael, you talked about that being kind of from the
the Surefire is very easy to use momentary. The paddles are easy to get a hold of from either side, but you cannot use this light one-handed at all.
Yeah.
Now the new version, and I know that the stats we were using the B model, they have fixed that problem where it's a lot easier to run it one-handed. I can't tell you how because I don't have one, but I do know that as far as this model, it is
Well, I didn't know that, so I need to upgrade that.
Yeah, you can run the new model one-handed.
I may up that then, give it another star.
Yeah, the paddles are easy to use. I mean, they're in a good spot. They're not, I've had some people talk to me about it and say that they had a little trouble using it, but I have no issues with it as far as that.
Yeah.
The only problem, like I said, for the A model was you couldn't run it one-handed, which was a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. The next comparison is where I talk about price. For the Streamlight and the Enforce, I both gave them 3 stars. They're right about the same price point.
Close. Yep.
They're not the cheapest thing on the market. I mean, you can go with some Olight Valkyrie action if you want to.
Yep.
But they're the best quality light you're going to find. Surefire, I gave 1 star.
Yeah, $270 is crazy for a 200 lumen light. I don't care that it's compact. I don't care that, and I mean, I own it, but I did some trading and swapping for it. I didn't pay cash. I guess I paid in goods. I gave him a couple $100 worth of gear for
and
it.
Ben hooked us up too.
And Ben hooked us up. He cut some back on it because he's our boy. But you know, for that price, you should get a lot more light for what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's just Surefire.
I agree with the Enforce and the Streamlight. You know, they're pretty relative closely. They're pretty much the same price, give or take $10 or $15. So you can't go wrong either way on price there.
And the last one I'm going to talk about, and I started to talk about reliability, but this isn't a full review. We haven't had a chance to review them all the way. But I will talk about holster availability as of making this video. Today is Wednesday, March 7th, 2018. As of right now, I gave the TLR7 1 star because I can't find a holster for them.
There's only a couple of companies right now making holsters for them.
I gave the Enforce APLC 2 stars because you can find a couple, and I gave the XC1 3 stars.
Yeah, strictly on that deal, the XC1 has been out the longest, so pretty much everybody's making holsters for it. Most companies are making them for the APLC now, though.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. You know, guys, the holster stats are going to change because eventually everybody's going to be making them for every one of them. One thing I'll talk about that I saw you had on there, but we didn't really touch on too much, was battery. Yeah. For me personally, I think this is a topic we can discuss. AAA, CR2, CR123. I personally, I saw that I don't have it here to read off, but you know, you gave 4 stars to the Surefire for being a AAA battery. I agree with that. In the fact that AAA's
I totally forgot to go over that. Yeah, we can go over it.
They're easy to get a hold of. You know, you can walk into any convenience store, Walmart, anywhere that sells batteries. There's going to be AAA's. Now, are you going to get the good? I use the Energizer Ultimate Lithiums. That, to me, they put out the best amount of good bright light. Are you going to get that in any store? No, you're not. But you can walk into any store that sells batteries and get a battery.
So if the crap hit the fan,
this would be, yeah.
That would be easier.
It would be super easy. Now, it's getting to where CR123s are so popular that Walmart is carrying them. I have walked in and found the Ultimate Lithium CR123s at Walmart.
Wow.
So, and our Walmart carries Surefire 123s also. But
do they really?
They do, back in the gun section. But the CR123 is a little more easier to get your hands on. It's a little more known. A lot of people, because you run rifle lights and stuff like that, you're going to have CR123s. So I would give it more points than for the battery for the APLC, personally speaking, because a CR2 is a weird camera battery. Yeah. You can walk into Walmart and buy it, but you're not going to walk into anywhere and get it. And it's not a big deal. You just make sure you have enough of them.
I need to order more.
You just order them and have them put up.
And I had 3 stars for that. I really meant to give it 2, which it's not going to matter on them.
Yeah.
On their graphic,
but for me, you know, as far as batteries, I would give this the least amount of.
Because it is the hardest. It's the least.
It's the hardest to get.
Yeah, it's the least common.
And my thing is, if they could do it, because these lights are pretty much the same length. Mm-hmm. In fact, the Streamlight sticks out. It's a little shorter than the APLC as far as overall size.
But most of that's paddle, though.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, look at the light bezel. The light bezel sticks out a little bit further than it does here. So, in my opinion, there's no reason they couldn't have got a 123 out of this. They could have put a 123 in here. And then it would have been...
But, to be fair, though, I was like, honestly, when I saw the TLR7, I was like, how do they get a 123 in there?
Yeah, I know.
Technology is coming a long way. It's in the light game.
It is.
And we are the benefactors of that.
Yep.
So anyways, guys, the point of this video is just to kind of give you a dry bones comparison of all three. Like I said, we hadn't had time to review them.
Yep.
But we do have them on the channel, and they are up for review.
Yep.
It's just probably an apples and oranges thing, and you just got to go find the one you like the most.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, Surefire, they were the ones that started it with the XC1. That was huge, you know. And we could do a whole separate video on beam pattern and spill and all that kind of stuff. And all that stuff matters. I mean, it does. Especially when you go to talking about the XC1 versus the APLC. You know, before I got the TLR7, the APLC was it for me. You know, I have an XC1 and it's fine. I like it. It does what I need it to do. But considering these lights are both 200 lumens, this light outperforms this light. Now, whether it'll last as far as reliability, that's just time will tell.
And I have heard some issues coming out of the XC1.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard some issues coming out of the XC1. Enforce has kind of had some...
Enforce in the past had issues.
They had issues in the past and stuff like that. I don't know if this light will be that problem. I don't foresee any issues with the TLR7. I know that it blinks when you dry fire. It blinks.
How about that? Not that that matters.
That's not a huge deal, but I know a guy that's got some problem talking about his, and Streamlight doesn't know why it's doing it. But you know, that may just be a flaw. It may just be a thing. The light works. It stays on. It just blinks.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Anyways, guys, maybe y'all can go and check them out. Maybe you're lucky enough to go to a gun shop that has all three where you can actually play with them. You know, if not, then maybe you'll decide what you like off of this video.
Yeah.
Personally, like the ease of use for me is the Enforce.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about easy use with me, because the light performance at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe I need to go take some indoor training and some low light in clear rooms, and then maybe I'd be like, oh man, it's all about the Streamlight. Yeah. Or maybe I'd be like, oh man, it's all about the Surefire. I don't know. But as of right now, like ease of use, I really like the Enforce, just because the large paddles, I don't have to think about it. It's just there.
Yeah. You know, for me, I'm not 100% on the Streamlight yet, because I just got it. I haven't really done a lot with it. Main thing for me is I need to get a holster for it so that I can start actually doing some drawing and, you know, and things like that with it. Right now it's just kind of sitting on the gun, and it is what it is. But I really like the light that it's providing, and I have seemed to have figured out the controls for myself.
If Streamlight would have made this whole entire section a paddle instead of one little thin...
If Streamlight would have made a small miniature version of the paddles that go on the TLR1, that light would be perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would be perfect. Anyways, you got anything else, man?
That's it, bro.
Guys, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comment section below. You can always jump over to the Facebook page. We always get into a more in-depth conversation there. We will also provide links to all of our social media outlets and sponsors in the description box below. But anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be safe.